What's up, summoners? King Blair here. Today we're going to be talking about real-time arena. I'm going to be telling you guys how to prep, what units to look at, what units are really good if you have in your kit, and just overall what you should be expecting. So why am I making this video? This coming Wednesday, real-time arena is opening and y'all all have the chance to get the best skin for a character. I don't know if the skin's going to be good, but my favorite character in my first ML unit when playing this game, Spectre T. So y'all know I'm a big Spectre T user. I slap her on almost all the time in my RTA. Probably my most heavily invested unit, even though she's not perfect, but oh, man, she does so much work for me already. So the big thing though is you have to get to masters. So a lot of people are discouraged by that. They're like, oh man, this is gonna be so hard. Yes, in the future you can get the skin with tickets, which I hope that they give as a reward even for lower ranks, because I feel like if you get masters and you don't have spec T, you should have the option to just get another skin. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not Smilegate. I feel like they should do that. And then for lower tiers as well, like if you're silver, they should give you like half of a skin coupon just to make people want to actually do real-time arena, because that's a big problem. A lot of people get frustrated with real-time arena, but I'm here to make sure y'all don't get frustrated and y'all know some sleeper characters that if you have are really solid and a lot of people don't prepare for. A lot of people are like make their teams and then they get curse stomped by certain units, including myself. When I lose is because I was not expecting a certain hero to pop up. But the way this video is going to be structured, first I'm going to tell you about how the rules are going to be, how it's going to change, and one of the big things is the ban. Then I'm going to tell you guys what units to watch out for, what units to pre-ban if you have certain teams, and what units you should be building if you haven't already. And last but not least, I'll show you some of like my tactics on how I was able to get to master. And guys, I recently just started doing all of this stuff. So I'm not an expert. I've literally got to silver. I was getting stomped all the time, but then I started doing things with my team and my units, and I was able to get all the way to master with a pretty decent win rate. Yes, it's not the highest in the world, but most of my losses were honestly from lower ranks because I just didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't realize how broken some of my units were. Like once I started playing real-time arena, I was like, yo, Apocalypse Ravi, she's nuts. Like I knew that, but I didn't know that until I started like actually using her and first picking her and prioritizing her and building other units around her. So let's just talk about it. So first, how the rules are changing. So right now in real-time arena, it's literally just like first pick, then the second person gets 2 picks, and then you just pick up your like 5 units, you ban one of your opponent's unit, and then you fight. How it's changing in the regular season is before you even pick, you ban out a hero going into the fight, which is huge, y'all. That's huge because there are so many teams that get curve stomped by one unit. Like let's say you're a big Charles, big SSB user, you know, like you've built them since they came out. You're a tryhard SSB Charles user, you want them to be on your team. Who do you lose to? Rana. Rana absolutely murks your team. You lose if they have a Rana. So instead of worrying about that, you can literally just ban her straight out. Yes, this also gives the opponent some information on what you may be going into, which is really big, especially once you get higher up, where your gear it's literally like all the gear's the same, like all gear the same. It's who has the most information, who makes the most informed decisions, and that's how you're gonna get wins in those really tight matchups where you're like super close in gear, super close in skill. Literally just any information helps. So giving that ban away, it helps immensely, but it's also gonna be a way for you to be like, they banned this certain hero. This may mean that they have a certain type of team. So that's something to watch out for, something that you definitely are going to have to be watching out for. Yes, there's people that are just going to straight up ban Arbiter Vildred because they don't have a Lilibet, they don't have a Spez, and that's fine, you know, like, that's great, but that also kind of tells your opponent that you probably don't have ways to deal with them, which means they can slap on Unmade Chloe if they have it. So just remember though, y'all, make sure you are being super careful. But, alright, now that we have the rules out of the way, let's talk about some of the units that I personally have been seeing a lot of, and really good units to target for bans that don't give away too much information, but can change the game immensely for certain team comps. So, in the aspect of units you should ban, this is very dependent on the team you use. I use a Bruiser Cleave because I just love Bruisers. I love the fact that I'm not slow, like with a full tank team and a full sustain team, but I don't always necessarily need first turn. So that's why I like my Bruiser comp, but that's for me. For other people, big units to watch out for. It's a lot of them are ML units. It's kind of the name of the game. There are other units that can be really good that I will cover that aren't ML, that are RGB, that are also really good, and people just don't use it. I don't know why. Every time someone uses certain units, I get stomped. So I'll talk about those after this. So really ban worthy. Martial artist Ken, they're adding a lot more counters to him. Spectre T is a big one, and yes, she's gonna be one of the guild summon ones from the Mystic Summon. I'll make a fully in-depth video on her this next Wednesday because I do have her, and I have her pretty well built, and I use her a lot. But that's like the biggest counter to Martial Ken, and even then, it's not good Martial Kens beat good Spectre Tenebrias, just because they can get so tanky, so much resistance, that if they get their ultimate, I've had my Spectre Tenebria one-shotted. And that's no buff Ken, literally Ken just doing his ultimate on a well-built Ken, can almost always one-shot a Spectre Tenebria, and that's just him. You have 3 other units you have to worry about. So this is one unit that's really strong, that doesn't give away a lot of information, because you could be using a cleave comp, you could be using a defensive comp, who he also breeds. So he's one of those units that if you don't have a martial artist Ken, and you don't know who to ban, like you don't have a specific target, this is always a safe go-to, because it's definitely one unit that can steal wins from you, especially with how much he heals. Another good ban that a lot of people... This one does give a little bit more information, but it's really good. I get so many cheese wins with him. Champion Serrato. If there's debuffs, he's going to be curve stomping. That's literally what it comes down to. A lot of people start getting really creative, like they start putting a lot of debuff characters, and they forget that this character exists, and then you just slide it in, and you get wrecked. So if you have a team that heavily relies on debuffs, and you're worried that they're going to get countered near the end, Champion Serrato, really big recommended unit. He's kind of a sleeper unit, really super strong for real-time arena. I'm so happy I built him, and with the Abyss set, he is freaking amazing. Another big one who's in the ML category, who is also getting a buff this Wednesday, is Faithless Lidica. This and Oxlots are probably what I'm going to be banning because of my personal team, and because she just does so much. Again, I talked about her a lot, how she's going to be super duper strong. If you're someone that uses a cleave units like Bazaar or Oxlots, you have to start thinking about Faithless Lidica, banning Faithless Lidica, because she can do so much work. And it's really scary because she literally can fit into any team. So you have to be careful about her. Along those hands, that's the same for Oxlots, who it can also, if you're not ready for him, you're just going to lose. If they set up Oxlots and then ML Lidica or Bazaar, you just basically lost. That's the big thing about real-time arena, that it's like, that's the one way you're going to get cleaved. And one way you can prevent that is by picking one of the 3 and then banning the other one, because that makes it so they can't double pick combat readiness boosters unless they're really hard committing into going for like a Judith and a Rusid. But most people don't have them built, so it's pretty safe assumption to go for one of those if you really are relying on a cleave comp. So, and of course Bazaar, I didn't put him there. He's one of the RGB units who, honestly, he's better than most ML heroes with how strong he actually is. He is insane right now, especially for real-time arena. So many people either underestimate him or overestimate him, but most of the time is underestimate. Him with the soul burn and doing this cannot be buff. It kills ML Chloe's, it kills CC's, it just kills a bunch of units, while also giving your team, by pushing them back 30%. And if you're doing the combo I'm doing, with you pair her up immediately with Lilias, people are not going to have that many answers to him unless they have a K-Ron or a Tenebria. But then it's like you're controlling the match pace. So he's another big one. If you rely a lot on buffs, or you rely on cleave, he's one of the ones that I would honestly put on your to watch out list. Besides those, most units in the game have pretty clear counters and don't really scare people that much. Like, they're not like, oh, if they pick up this character, you're screwed. Like Maid Chloe, yeah, it's annoying, but there's ways you can get around it. But that's as far as we are going to go for units you should be watching out for your bans. All right, now units that are sleeper units that I really just feel that people, I don't know why they're not picking these units, and I'm like, every time I go against these units that are they're RGB, I get curve stomped, y'all. Like they just murk me. I don't know how they work. I don't know how to counter them, and it's just so hard to do it, especially with like how limited things are. But one of the big units that I'm like, holy cow, I need to build this unit right away because I even have the combo that works the best with her. But that is Elena. Y'all, if you have an Elena, this is for like units you should be building if you don't have a good team. Elena is so freaking annoying. Big thing that makes her so strong that I didn't realize how stupid I was at the time is, okay, the heals, yes, if you're doing AoE, this sucks, right? Other big thing, her counterattack removes debuffs. So it's like when you're hitting her, there's a chance she'll counterattack you and put a debuff on you. And then the ultimate, because she has Margaret's Tome, if you have any unit that does an AoE attack, like Faithless Lidica, Elena is like a straight counter to that. It's so good against certain units like that. And it's so good at even against like units like Bazaar. Like I've had people leave me Bazaar, put Elena on, and they only have Elena. Elena will come in, counterattack on my Bazaar's ultimate, take off the debuff on her priority target, ulti, and then they're invincible. My whole combo is screwed. They get first turn, and then they just like win the fight. Super underrated unit. If you have ML Tywin, which I do have, and I'm probably gonna make a video about them because they just go so well together. That combo with Elena and ML Tywin is so freaking good. So if you don't know what to do with your ML Tywin, that's one of them. Another unit, of course, y'all should know, Maid Chloe, super duper strong. Rule of Light, pretty good. All the revive units are really good. Y'all know like the usual, like y'all should know by now the arena meta, but this is for like World Arena, like some of the RGB options. Another unit two units that are really good, and not everyone will have them because they are ML, but they are 4-star MLs, and a lot of the times are better than a lot of 5-star units. One of them is Assassin Kali. The fact that she is one of the fastest units in the game, only faster than, like, I think there's like 4 units that are faster than her. She's stupid fast. And she does a lot of damage because it's based on her speed. And she's really hard to deal with if you don't have the right team comp, because she's going to silence a priority unit or kill. If you have a squishy, they're dead. And the fact that she gets stealth afterwards makes her like a pseudo Spectre Tenebria. I haven't built my Assassin Kali because I have Spectre Tenebria, but they really are not the same. They do so much more work. Assassin Kali, really scary. Even when they have AoE, she's going to survive because stealth as a mechanic just lowers the attack taken by AoE moves. And she also gets increased attack by herself. She's so hard to deal with. Super fast, does a ton of damage, and can outright just take out priority targets at the beginning of the fight. And even against tank teams and bruiser teams, she absolutely destroys them because she's so fast. She just slaps those teams, and I think she has a defense break. I'm pretty sure she has, she gets increased speed. That's the one. She gets a bunch more speed, so she does more speed. Oh, so she doesn't have a defense break. People usually pair her with the defense break, so I feel like she always has one. But she gets even faster, gets first turn, gets fast, pops units left and right. Super duper good for going first and to counter a lot of the current meta. The other one, along the same lines, Assassin Sid, stupid fast. Faster than Assassin Koli. And on the plus side, also steals souls. So that one, pretty big. Especially when you're going against Bazaars. Especially when you're going against, like, there's a lot of people that rely on souls and you don't realize it until you're fighting. That you're like, souls are kind of broken. Oh, so he's the one that has the defense break on the first. And he also gets, like, more turns if someone dies. So if he kills someone, he basically is like a quarter of the way there to getting an extra turn. This skill does a ton of damage, and the evasion is a little bit on the tilter side. Not gonna lie to y'all, it's almost as bad as going against a Violet, except he's not as tanky. But again, a really good unit to watch out for that a lot of people are just sleeping on. And then of course, I don't understand why people still sleep on Kayron. I don't understand. I've made several videos about him talking how strong Kayron is. I still think that he's an amazing unit against tank teams. Fastest unit in the game. So, you know, if you build him fast, he can counter units. He can do so much work if he's super fast. Really solid unit. If you have a Kayron, you're probably gonna be cruising. So those are the big ones. There are a lot more. Like there's some like Alencia that also like being able to strip buffs, super duper nutty, super duper tanky, super duper brucey. But I could make a video about this, which I probably will. Just talking about all the different units that are good for RTA. There's so many units, y'all. You probably have one. You probably have one that I've talked about. And if you don't, there's still room to like grow. Some people use Crow a lot. So there's so many units you can do and so many teams you can build. But all right, now, last but not least, oh man, I'm probably gonna have to make timestamps or something. This video kind of long. But now, just to show y'all a little bit of my my mentality of real-time arena. So yes, I can't show you guys the pre-ban. I'll probably have to do a follow-up video that if I get to Masters again, which I should be able to. I'm not super worried about it. Maybe with the new crafting stuff, if I start slipping a little bit, maybe I won't be able to. But I think I'll be fine. But let me just show you my mentality. And the mentality you have to have when you do it. So I might lose, I might win, but the thing is the mentality that comes behind it. So this is someone trying to get into Masters. So they get first pick, which kind of sucks. I really hope they don't first pick Lilias. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the teams that I lose to. Because right off the bat, if they have another Combat Readiness booster, I lose. But if not, my usual idea is to first pick a Combat Readiness booster. Because it forces them to either pick one or forces a ban. So that's the big thing why Combat Readiness boosters should be first. Those three I talked about. Emolytica, Bazaar, and Oxlots. So I'm gonna click my Bazaar because it's gonna be a speed tag, or if I ban it and he doesn't put another one, then it's just like I just outspeed him and the rest of my team are gonna beat. So the next unit I usually always auto pick. This is usually always my start is Bazaar and Lilias, because Lilias is a straight counter to Bazaar. It really sucks getting Lilias after you pick Bazaar, and it happens to me when I first pick Bazaar, but it's the name of the game. Oh man, this dude is using good units. This is gonna be a hard one. I'm excited. So the next one, Spectre T, super duper solid. My Spectre T is fast, can stun, can get a lot of work done if they sleep on her. And of course, Apocalypse Ravi. So I know a lot of you guys are gonna give me hate because I'm using mostly ML heroes. Yes, these heroes are really strong. I get that. Apocalypse Ravi in particular. I don't know why y'all wanted to buffer her. I never said buffer. I always thought she was already broken. But this should be a counter to Charon, and also like it gives me like a potential for a comeback with the ultimate. But he's going for a very interesting team. Wow. Okay, so usually my fifth slot, I usually leave it for counter picking. So I'm probably gonna be banning the Oxlots. He might outspeed me, which I wish I had another Combat Readiness booster. But just looking at what he's doing, I'm thinking of going with Charles because I need someone that if my team's getting hit, I want to be able to hit him back. So that's why I'm gonna go with the counter unit. I could also go with like Elena, but I think I'm gonna do Charles. I didn't want to do Champ C because he only has the Charon. That's the only thing that he has for provoking. My Melissa's not built yet, which I really wish she was because she would have been perfect for this. But man. And my Spez, I don't use them as much. People use them a lot, but we're going to ban the Oxlots because it literally comes down to if I don't ban the Oxlots and he bans my Bazaar, I'm just going to get outspit. Actually, I could do this, but then, I don't know. He's kind of scheming. I don't like Oxlots because he can get turns, he can silence me, and I know he's fast. He didn't go for the Bazaar. He went for the Apocalypse Ravi, which means he is thinking that his DJ might be... No, there's no way he's thinking. So I don't know why he didn't ban Bazaar, but y'all will see that it's like why I always ban the Oxlots and why I probably will start banning him pre, because I just like getting first turn. Like, this just feels good, you know? Am I worried about the Charon? A little bit. But that's usually... Oh, so we hit... This Charon's dead. So we got lucky. We pretty much won at this point. Unless things go really, really bad. But we're going to try to just one-shot and push him back. But, oh, unless we don't crit. We also cannot crit. Oh, we did crit. Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know why he didn't ban my Bazaar. Because it literally countered his whole team. Oh, Wondrous Potion Vial. That's pretty unique. He gets an extra turn hit here. That's why we wanted the Charles, because we could get, like, I know he... Oh, that's really freaking good. Holy moly. I wasn't expecting that. Y'all, Blaze Dingo... See, people get so creative. I didn't know Blaze Dingo was this good. I really need to start learning more of these matchups, man, because they're going to eat me alive when Real-Time Arena comes around. So my lilias didn't attack with the Spectre T, but it's fine. Spectre T, we should be able to get a poison here. We didn't get a poison, we didn't pop. Oh, that is so bad. That means this Kieran, I mean, he still has the can't be buffed, so he'll probably go for the Bazaar, but he doesn't get anything out of it. Yeah. That's just GG. If this Blaze Dingo had actually killed my my Spectre T, he would have actually won. But I'm telling y'all, my Spectre T, I'm not sleeping. And the Lilias protects her a lot. The Oreos is insane. That's another unit I forgot. Lilias, pretty nutty. So that guy could have won. He literally just had to ban my Bazaar because then he gets first turn. If it comes down to it, his Corvus can solo my Apocalypse Ravi. His Dingo was doing insane damage. He almost killed my Spectre T. And he wouldn't have gotten the cannot be buff for the Charon. Charon could have finished off my Spectre T. That was just a banning mistake. And y'all, it's rough, but sometimes you gotta think. Who's countering you? So he made a mistake. He could have won. And I won because of his mistake. I should not have won that. He had the better team composition. Like the opening 5. I didn't. I didn't have an answer to his Blaze Dingo, which feels really weird saying that. But we'll do one more. We'll see what we can do against this guy. So we get first pick. I usually always like going first pick Bazaar. As you saw, that guy had the right idea. First pick a unit that doesn't give too much information, but that's also really, really strong. Because this, they don't know that I'm going to be picking Lilias next. They don't know I'm going to be going for more tank. They think I'm going to be going for a cleave. So he's probably going to start putting defensive units. Because most people when they see it, they don't think, oh, what can I ban? Because they're worried about Arbiter Vildred. Yes, I won't get this slight extra edge of not knowing like if they have the unit that you hate. So they took out my Sidon, but I probably wasn't going to pick her this time. Let's see. Lilias, because I'm surprised people don't pick Lilias when they see Bazaar. That's the first thing I would pick when I see Bazaar. And then Spectre T, as I'm telling you, why do I do this? My Spectre T is fast. She can go, if I decide to go full cleave, if I think like, oh, his team's really slow, I can just go full cleave. Spectre T is still really good. If I decide to go tanky, my team is even better because Spectre T just hides behind the rest of my team. So right now, if he doesn't put a unit that can deal with Spectre T, like I don't see any OE besides Charles. So my Spectre T is chilling. He doesn't have a lot of units that apply debuffs, so I don't want to use Serato. I don't know if I want to go Apocalypse Ravi. I kind of want to go more damage. Because he is going a lot of tank. And a lot of heals. So I'm trying to think what I would want. Wish I could use my Dizzy, man. Or my Melissa, if I actually built them. I need to build a lot more units for this. I'm trying to think. Because I'm really not looking forward to all the heals he's going to be getting from her. We'll go Apocalypse Ravi still, because Apocalypse Ravi OP. And she can do tons of damage. But we need someone... In case I ban Spectre T, I think I'm going to go with the Spez. I need the damage. I want the lucky stuns. So we're going to with Spez, just so we get an extra damage. I need to get another damage dealer. Like Melissa would have been a good one here. Because right now, if that 4th unit is something I can't deal with, I'm going to have to ban it. Ideally, I want to ban the Charles. Because he's the only counter to my Spectre T. He could ban my Spectre T, but then he's not going to be too happy. Because I can probably one-shot his Acades. But, I don't know. I need to start looking. I'm thinking of building my Ravi. Like my regular Ravi. This is super tank. Yeah, I need like secrets or something, man. Because like teams like this, they're kind of annoying. But if he bans Spectre T and tries to tank me and just use Sidam, he doesn't have a revive. So I think we can one-shot with Spez and Apocalypse Ravi. So he has to ban the Bazaar. I don't know what this guy's game plan is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so he decided to go for the Spectre T-Ban, which means my Spaz was the right play to try to be able to get a little bit more damage in there. I wish I had a better damage dealer, y'all, because I need to kill that C-Dom ASAP. That's the game plan right now. Kill C-Dom as fast as possible, and then just watch him collapse. So we're gonna burn because it's literally 100% guaranteed. Yeah, so we didn't miss on the Katie's, which was he was hoping for. Katie's not the best counter to Basar, because she's on the slower side. So lilias Basar combo, pretty good. Usually gets me first turn. And then we're gonna go see what we can go. We can stun. Oh, I know they have the Katie's, but we're just gonna take out the C-Dom. I know he's gonna cleanse everyone, and this is literally gonna become a slugfest. But at least he has no damage. He's gonna use ultimate here, yeah. And then, oh my god, this is gonna be such a tilter. Because low key, y'all, this is really tilting. I have lost to teams like this just because I didn't have the damage. She should put it on herself. Why are you going for... I mean, I guess, you know, like... Yeah, he's going for my Spaz. Okay. This is gonna be a tilter. Because he's just gonna... Oh my god, we're literally gonna have to rely on the Frenzy. Because I already know he's just gonna start putting the, He's gonna use a KID second skill to try to block them on Montmorency. Because he knows I'm going for her. So it's like, of course you would want to do that. That's gonna be so tilter. Especially because she has so much defense. What the hell? So... At least we're getting a lot of Hellcutter stacks. Yep. What? What? Am I missing something, y'all? He sees me going for his Montmorency, right? Unless he's trying to hide something. Like maybe that's a... That's a potato... that's a potato... Arcades, and she's super, like, weak. So, that sucks that he did that to my thing. I'm trying to wait for the effectiveness to go down so we can actually, like... The thing about it is that Montmorency is gonna be so annoying. We're gonna try to go for her. Oh my god. He probably has a high resistance one. Oh my god, this is gonna be a tilter. This is literally gonna come down to... Can my Apocalypse Ravi essentially one-shot his one of his units, come back, bring back one of my units, and then somehow kill the Crawl before he's able to ultimate. So he's gunning for my Spaz. All right. We'll eventually get enough souls to do Apocalypse Ravi S1, and hopefully this Montmorency is low enough that I can just blast her out of existence, but she's gonna use her ultimate. God, bro. Okay, I see his game plan now. It's to literally tilt me and make this video be another 30-minute video. Yeah, I'll try to put timestamps, y'all. This is so... It's okay. It's okay. You know, we're chilling. So she's gonna use skill 2. You know, it's cool. It's cool. You do you. What? I feel like I'm missing something. Because... I definitely thought she was going to try to, like, use the S2. We're going to try something. If you can push the Crawl back and do Spaz ulti on him, we can actually do some work. Nice. Oh, this is actually perfect. So he just lost his Crawl. Wow. Yeah, he just lost his Crawl. Because that Crawl was stunned. And if y'all know Spaz... So we're gonna keep going on the Montmorency, but he just lost. Oh yeah, he mega lost. We don't even need this best to get the kill, but GG. Oh my god, this best was a good choice. All in all, oh we didn't crit, but doesn't matter. All right, no way this Arcades outstalls us. No matter if she puts, unless she can perma barrier. All right, there we go. All right, that last fight kind of tilted me a little bit. And this video is already 30 minutes. But I will put some of the timestamps. And yeah. So see that? We won 2 in a row. Pretty single-handedly. Didn't stress too much about it. But yeah, that it literally comes down to make sure you can bait your opponent. And it's a bait that's strong enough that if they don't take the bait, they still lose. So that's the big thing with working with this. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all are ready for the real-time arena. I am so hyped for it, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.